Oh, hey you. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right. So we are live. Oh, hold on. I don't have my uniform on. There I am. That's a little bit better. Okay. So let's see who is here. Who is here? All right, Rob Perez. How you doing? Cooking 1.5. What's going on? Is it Twaski or Toski? Parker, how you doing? Manuel, how you doing? Alton, what's good? Tom, how you doing this evening? Hey, yo, Alton, what's good with you, man? Sean R, how you doing this evening? How are you? Oh man, goodness. We got a we got a nice crowd of folks already in here. If you haven't already, please do hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. We're looking at 3 likes so far. Rob Perez, you didn't miss anything. I just said hi and I got into my proper attire. Chillin', hard knocks on the tube. I know what you mean. You said, "Come on, football." Sweating a soccer practice. I don't envy you there, brother. I don't envy you there. Woohoo! Sorry to hear that. I know it's hot. All right, so there are a few of you guys here. If you haven't already, I'm not shaved up. This is a couple days old, and I need to shave my head on. Let me get in there. I need to shave my head. You can see the gray starting popping out. You know what it is though? I found this like a hot brush for my beard. Yo, it works really well. It makes my now unfortunately it straightens my beard out for a few minutes pretty much, but then it kind of curls up a little bit, but it's nowhere near as shrunken as it is once like I wash it. So, Torgi, how you doing? Jack, what's good with you? Doc, we got the good Dr. Ramirez in the building. How you doing, Doc? Doc, I just want to. I think you'd get a kick out of this. So my wife came home the other day, and I don't remember if she said her stomach was bothering her or she just wasn't feeling well 100%. And she said, "Hey, is there any more of that ginger tea stuff laying around?" I was like, "Yeah, there's a couple packs of it left." She's like, "Oh, would you like me to make you one?" She's like, "Please." I was just sure. Boil some water, made it. Yo, those things are great. I'm gonna have to go into the Lotte Market and see if I can find some myself. We got Jeff from Outwater Barbecue. What's good with you, sir? Holy cow, there are 28 of you, 27 of you guys here. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. While we're saying hello to everyone, Torgi, I said, "What's up?" Jack, how you doing? Larry Highland, there's an oldie but goodie. Get all the critters out. Oh yeah, Alton, it definitely does. South Texas Rover, what's good, man? It's been a minute. I'm great, Torgy. I'm great. Oh man, come on, man. You talking about gets too itchy, man? That itchy phase. It now. Some of you guys who remember on the live stream, who they basically made me drink every time I scratched my beard. I know I remember, because I was sitting here like, but I got through it. It took maybe a week. Torrance, nothing smoking tonight, sir. Unfortunately, I did make some chicken legs on Charlotte tonight though, but that wasn't smoked. So, Daddy Dutch, what's going on? Cooking ham and turkey for a wedding of 200 next Saturday. The pork loin and burgers for church Sunday. 250 people. Good night, man. Do you work during the day or do you strictly do catering, Kent? Bumpy Smoke and Soul Cooking. How you doing? Jeez. Slaw Dogs Barbecue. What's going on? Eric Smith, we got another one that's been around for a while. Yes, I'm glad she likes it too. Though I'm kind of bummed because she's getting high on my supply. Used to be regular needs, but I haven't been on the live since your last state competition. Well, darn it, man. I guess it's been a year. Things have changed. Mark Butler, how you doing? Uh, Guess what? She gets over it. My wife does not actually like my beard. What's going on? We got Cuff and Stuff up in the building. Jay, what's good with you, man? I'm glad to see you. Truck and trailer mechanic, Monday through Friday. All right, well, that's good to know, Kent. That's good to know. Nothing much, man. East Coast Tony, how you doing? Grown Folks Network, hello. How are you? There's some pork chops marinated in Italian dressing. How'd they turn out, and how did you prepare them? John Greneau, how you doing, sir? It's good to see you guys, man. Yo, I just want to take a moment and really say thank you to you guys who have, like, some of you guys who have been with me on these live streams for less than 6 months. Some of you guys who have been with me on these live streams for over a year. Some of you guys who've been on these live streams almost from the very beginning. And I'm going on like a year and a half, maybe even almost 2 years that I've been doing these live streams. I think I started doing the live streams back in May of 2000. No, it was before May. I don't know. It was in the beginning of 2018, but I know we've done this for longer than a year. So I think we're at 18 months. Victor, all right. Still at work. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Come on. Only black and yellow I like is the wall. Okay. All right. Well, they haven't all been good, John. There have been a couple duds, but hopefully tonight will be a banger. All right. Hopefully we can talk about. Let's try and help some folks out who might be considering doing some bigger catering jobs. Dutch Kent from Daddy Dutch Barbecue says he has two 200 plus people events for next weekend, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. Excuse me. Larry says it's been a good 18 months. If you say so, man. I don't know. I'm a little hard on myself. Some of the topics have been very lackluster. Other ones we just have a good old time, and then other times, we cut up. We just cut up. Like we get to drinking and cutting up. Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion, to say the least. All right, so we might have a Cheddar giveaway soon. Me and grilling and chilling with Rob are working on something out. Well, that's what's up, Jay. So if you guys don't know, Jay's Brappin' Barbecue. All right. Jay he does a lot of his home grilling on what he calls a cheddar. Okay, he got this cheddar from the market, I guess supermarket near where he lives, and he said it's a cheap ass Weber, therefore it is a cheddar. And he's putting out some good food. He's like, he says all the time, it's not about what you're cooking on, it's about who's cooking it. Grill Sergeant, how are you, sir? All right. Doing all that cooking on the Blackstone. All of it on the Blackstone? Hold on, time out. All of it on the Blackstone? Nah, he's got something bigger than that. Luke Calamadas, how you doing? Oh yeah, John. John knows all about it. Good times and cutting up. Yeah. All right. So Doc says you got us, or you get us to keep coming back, so it's been good. Well, y'all just make me feel good. All right, Torrance says, how do you charge for events? So I have a video in a frequently asked questions section. So it talks about charging and things like that. Now, I tell you guys all the time, I don't charge by the person for the most part. I charge by the pound of what I'm cooking. I feel like people get the most value for their money by paying for exactly what it is that they're getting. And the only exception to that is if I'm cooking on site for someone, I charge a flat fee per hour. I don't disclose that. Looking for my wife. Family reunion on the 31st, 32 people. Oh, cooking for my wife's family reunion on the 31st, 32 people coming. Oh man, that's cakewalk. Do that in your sleep. I miss a few with work. I learn something each time. Well, that's what's up, Larry. I appreciate that. I'm happy you guys are learning stuff. That is my ultimate intention. Definitely. So I'm happy that it is working out that way. Let's see. Andrew says his lesson on cooking for large groups this summer has been prep early. What? Oh my gosh. Hold on, time out. Say it again. Let's put that down in the hashtag prep early. Okay? Don't wait until the last minute. Why are you waiting to the last minute? Guess what's going to happen when you wait to the last minute? Something's going to go wrong and you going to be stressed. No, 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 no. I always try to cook ahead of time. I try to cook early and have everything done well ahead of schedule. Sorry, it's been a long day. Bert Blanchard, how you doing this evening? He says, first time but following my videos. It's caught my eye. Hello from the CHI Chi-Town in the building. I actually have some family out in Chicago. Jay says the cheddar is his thing and he's going to keep pushing it. As big as catering. All right, so we got John from Drive Crash. He says, well, actually, it's John from No BS Barbecue or No Bull Barbecue. He says his biggest catering event has been 100 people, but he's done way more than that at events. He started pushing the catering more this summer, and dude, I'm telling you, catering is where it is at. It is low stress, high return on value, and yeah. Do you have a video on what permits I need to sell barbecue? Randy, I do not, because every location is going to be different. So what happens is you're going to have to figure out and find out what you need for your particular area. So now here's the thing. For those of you guys who are new to the live streams, I try to stay on topic for the first hour or so. We kind of, first 10, 15 minutes, we get these kind of introductions, say hi to everybody. And, we kind of ask some random questions here and there. But for the most part, I try to keep this on topic and let's keep the discussion going. Let's talking about cooking for large groups tonight. After the first hour, the second hour, we can shoot the breeze. We can talk about anything you want. So if you have a question that's not on topic about large groups in particular, and I'm going to apologize now, I'm not going to be telling you guys how much I charge for certain things. There's certain things I cannot disclose to you guys because something I might be able to charge in my area is something that you could be shooting yourself in the foot and trying to overcharge, or you could be undercharging depending on the particular area you live and cook in. Hopefully you guys understand that and are willing to deal with that. But with that being said, I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Prep early AF, Alton says. Prep is key. Mr. Hockett, how you doing this evening? I'm trying to avoid the conversations that you guys are having with yourselves. So let's see. What do you do when someone says I'm going to need between X pound and X pound of food and they just don't know how much they need? Guess what? They pay for it. That's how you get people to actually firm up a number. If they're willing to pay for it, if they want to pay for it, that's it. That is the ultimate. I'm going to call you on your bluff, and either they pay for it or they don't. And if they don't pay for it, I get to sleep. Point blank. Nope. South Texas Rovers is prep early and spent a lot of time in Facebook groups educating people on how to cater large parties and emphasize prep ahead of time and utilize the ability to hold meats until it needs to be ready. South Texas Rover, I'm going to, pound on that one. And even if you can't hold it until it needs to be ready, be prepared to warm it back up. All right. Holding stuff sometimes, I don't have the capability to hot hold everything. Eric from Eric's Barbecue and More, how you doing this evening? That's like 39 of you Erics already here out of 47. All right. So I don't have the ability to hot hold things. When and or if I do have the ability to hot hold things, I will be utilizing hot holding. But until then, I do what I need to do. I chill things and then I'll warm things back up. All right, Lou says he's learned not to make it too spicy, and he says balance of flavor is key. So that's one of the things that is definitely underrated. When you're cooking for large groups of people, you have to keep your spices mellow. You cannot put too much heat in something. You can't put too much sweet in something. You can't put too much salt. You can't too much pepper. You can't do too much garlic. You can't do too much of everything. You have to level things out. Same thing if you're using barbecue sauce. I catered a wedding not too long ago, and they like they were friends of mine. The couple who got married and friends of mine, and I catered it, and I was helping someone else like put the food out and other things like that. And come to find out that there was a gentleman who found out that I was the one that prepared the barbecue. And he's like, oh, I really like that pulled pork. He's like, the only bad thing about it wasn't enough sauce. I said, well, sir, there's jars of sauce at the end of the buffet line. Like, if you wanted more sauce, all you had to do was put more sauce on it. He was like, God darn it, why didn't I know it was more sauce? He was dinging me for something that was out of my control. I can't, and I explained to him. I told him, I said, I can't put a whole bunch of sauce on stuff because not everybody likes sauce. And I said, I said, obviously, I couldn't put enough sauce on it because you wanted more sauce. So, hey, Randy from Oklahoma, or excuse me, Omaha. Apologize. Randy Styles gets food handler's card at a minimum. Yes, so definitely the safe cert or serve safe is what it is. Kirby Q, what's going on with you? That's the first man. Food was good. You had to cook a tri-tip. Oh boy, Jay's funny. He cooked the tri-tip. Uh, so Mr. Hopkins says he got his T-shirt and he's enjoying the live stream. So I told you guys last week, I think it was last week. If it wasn't last week, it was two. That Mr. Hockett is the reason that we put in another order for more T-shirts. So if you haven't already taken advantage of the fact that T-shirts are available, please do. Please head out to brbque.com and support. Jimmy Q, it doesn't matter if you're not an Eric. It was a joke. The Erics understand because there's look, Eric Engton. There's Eric from Eric's Barbecue and more. Who else? Eric. All the Eric shit, wave and say hi. I just give them all grief because there's so many Erics in this room, on the live stream all the time. It's all right, Jim. Is your middle name Eric or Edward? Jimmy? Huh? All right, Torrance. You use your Cambro for hot holding? Yes. Usually I use the Cambro for hot holding when I have warmed food back up and traveling. That's pretty much it. So when I go different places, speaking of which, that wedding I was just talking about, I had the food all in. I think it was 2 Cambros I ended up having to take that one. It was a lot of food. And while I was there, I had the food kind of in the Cambros ready to backfill things. And that's pretty much what I use those Cambros for, aside from traveling. Balance of flavor is important, Doc says. What I cook at home and how I like my food is not the best nor most cost-effective way to do a catering job. Can we preach? All right? People don't understand, you have to cater. And when you cater, you're catering to the people who paid you to cater to them. Very important. All right, so let's see. Bert is working his first offset, straight wood, best taste. How do you go about figuring out how many ribs, brisket, and pulled pork, etc. How to prepare? All right, Bert. Let's see. Bert, I know I said it already, and that you might have missed this, or I might have said this in the meantime. But we're gonna try to save those questions, and off-topic questions for after the for the second hour of the live stream. Torrance, I'll answer this one just because it's kind of quick. That the Cambros will lose like 1 degree every 2 or 3 hours. They will hold food hot for a very, very long time. Yep, Mr. Hockett says you must let your guests season their to their taste. The fine line it definitely is a fine line when cooking / grilling. D's Q backyard barbecues is try. Very true. It's not like going. It's not going too hard on the salt because some don't like it like that. You're absolutely correct. Sorry, I can't read. Holy cow! There are 50 of you guys on the live stream. If you haven't already, please take a moment and hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Let's see. And Lou says, and some people don't like sauce at all. Everyone is different. And barbecue is very subjective. All right, there's all the Eric saying what's up. See, look at that. One, two, three, four, five. All right, and I'm sure there's another one or two that's just lurking and not actually wanting to comment. But we can talk about that. Well, all right. He says tips on warming food, especially ribs and wings. Cover them, put them in the oven, low and slow to warm it back up. Depending on how much time you have, no higher than 300 degrees, no lower than 250. Yep, 39 and 47. I just went back and looked. March 27th was your first. All right, well, thank you, Torgi. Tori, what's awesome, I did put up a playlist. I have a playlist of all the live streams. So in case you're ever wondering, or in case you want to go back, you can do that. March 29th, 2017. Holy cow, I've been at this for almost 2 years. Can you imagine? Well, wait a minute. Was that live stream? I guess it was. I have been doing a live stream straight. Because I remember the first year I drove the PA for the fishing trip. I remember doing that live stream on the road, and man, you guys gave me some grief. All right, yes, poop tons of Eric. All right, grown folks barbecue says I understand prepping, but how do you handle the storage of cooked food before the event? Would you have to get another fridge, another other than the one you use for the family? Grown folks food network. So let me again, here's another quick story. Okay, when I was just starting out, I worked at a company, and our company was having an event. I found out that we were having a company barbecue. Now, this company barbecue was going to be about 500 people from 3 or 4 different sites in the area. They were just going to have it in our particular building because our building was like one of the bigger ones. That being said, when the email went out and it says save the date for company barbecue, blah blah blah, I immediately took my tail down to the administrative assistant and I said, hey, I do barbecue, right? What can I help you guys with? Like if you're gonna pay somebody, can you pay me? And she cracked up, but I said it exactly like that, right? So she's like, well, the site director really wants a whole hog. And I said, okay. I said, are you sure? She's like, yeah, I want a whole hog. Or he wants a whole hog, to have this whole like barbecue luau type thing. I said, all right. Well, you want a whole hog for like 500 people? I said, that's gonna be expensive. And she's like, well, how expensive do you think? And I said, well, let's put it this way. I would have to bring my equipment here, okay? I said, and then I would have to cook and prepare everything here. I said, now, if you wanted to do something simpler, like pork shoulder, I can do that at home and bring everything prepped, and then it'll be in pans. All you gotta do is drop the pans, serve the food, bingo bango. And she says, all right, let me talk to him and see what he wants. She goes back to him, and he's like, no, he's pretty adamant about a pig. I said, okay. I look into doing a pig. The pig was like, only the pig was like half of the budget because of the fact that they would have had to pay me per hour to sitting out on the parking lot. They would have to pay for the pork and then, of course, pay for some other things, right? And, so by the time it was all said and done, she's like, all right, how about this? Let me just get 100 pounds of pulled pork. Okay. Yes, sure. I will. Yep. So then I said, well, did you want anything else? And she says, no, we want 100 pounds of pulled pork. We're going to have some other things. And I said, well, what about for people who don't eat pork? Thinking about people like me who don't eat pork. So I'm like, what about for anyone who doesn't eat pork? And she says, well, they'll be all right. And I'm like, you just don't get it. You don't get it. Not everyone eats pork. I'm like, what about for the vegetarians? What about for those people who just don't eat pork? There are people who are allergic to it. And she's like, well, at this point, I just want you to cook 100 pounds of pork. Give me a quote for 100 pounds of pork. So, okay. So I gave her a quote for 100 pounds of pork. And she's like, all right. I tell her what it is. I think 4 or 5 days before the event, she says, hey, I got to talking to some other people. You were right. Let's do some chicken too. So I'm like, okay. She said, well, how about you do the same dollar amount to charge me, but basically take the difference in the cost of the pork and give me more chicken. I said, all right, fine. I can give you, I think it was like 40 pounds or 50 pounds of chicken, excuse me, 50 pounds of pork, and like whatever the opposite to that 100 pounds in pork it was. So, I'm sorry, it was 40 pounds, it was either 40 or 50 pounds of pork, and it was like 60 pounds of chicken, right? And I'm like, okay, fine, no problem, all is good, great. So when I started cooking, as I was cooking, in the middle of my cook, I realized that I was not going to have enough room in the single refrigerator I had. I'm trying to think. Oh, so I have a refrigerator in my kitchen. I have a refrigerator in the upstairs kitchen. So went out and bought in the middle of the cook another refrigerator off of Craigslist, plugged it in, and just hoped that it cooked. Like, put food in it that was going to be served the next day, and didn't even know what the daggone refrigerator worked. But got the refrigerator for like $100, okay? And then just so happened a little while later, one of my cousins had a big honking refrigerator that was too big for the house and the cupboard or something like that. And she ended up telling me, hey, if you can go get it, you can have it. So now I have two refrigerators out in the garages. One of them I primarily use for beverages whenever I have an event that I'm going to be doing things for. The other one I do use to put food into, to store food if necessary. So I say all of that to say you're probably going to need more refrigerators. Either that or bigger refrigerators. Hopefully that long story. Gosh, I'm 10 minutes behind. I gotta catch up. All right, I'm gonna zoom through some of these comments and try to catch up. Everyone's saying hi. Eric says, wondering if you get paid up front or after the event. Wondering if you ever get stiffed by buying meat before getting paid. So, Eric, this is a good one. I do not. I have a rule that I get paid 7 days in advance. I want to make sure that you are serious about your event. You have to put a deposit down to secure your event, or excuse me, secure your date. Depending on the amount, usually if the event is between about $500 and $1,000, I'll tell someone, hey, you got to put down half. If the event is over $1,000, I'll tell someone, hey, you have to put down a third, okay, and that's usually enough to cover the cost of the meat. 1/3 is due to book the date, period. The second third is going to be due 14 days out, and then the last third or last half is going to be due 7 days out. That money is not paid in advance. I do not go out and buy anything. I do not cook anything. I have had instances where I've gotten stiffed, and it was for people who have done like stuff for less than $100. So that's kind of my own fault for not getting that money. But usually, if I've done business with the person or it's less than $100, I don't necessarily require that you pay up front. But there are times, when I'm like, all right, so yeah, you have a $60 order. In order for me to take care of this, I'm gonna send you an invoice, and you can just go ahead and pay the invoice, and we can be good. How do you hit the thumbs up button on the phone? You have to kind of back out of it, Doc, and then you'll see the thumbs up button, and then you can kind of go from there. Grill Sergeant says he cooked for 50 people last month. Company party at work, ribs and burgers. Great learning experience, and it gave me a huge appreciation for people who do barbecue for a living. Grill Sergeant, it ain't easy, is it? It ain't easy. John says, almost 2.5 years I've been doing this. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Time flies. Mm-hmm. All right. So South Texas Rover says warming food. I have a hot take. He says he has a hot take on that. He retherms them, or I guess he heats them up with sous vide a lot of times. So I have some experience. I heated up food for the event I did in my kid's school recently with the sous vide, and I tell you, it was good and it wasn't. It was good because I didn't have to worry about kind of babysitting anything, and I knew it wouldn't go over the temperature that I set it to. I think I set it to 140 degrees or 145 degrees, something along those lines. The only problem is when you cook with sous vide or you use sous vide, the temperature drops immediately. Immediately, it does not stay hot long. Got to grab something to hold your phone, and you decide to crack. Huh. No, it wasn't a shock top. It's actually a Miller Lite. I think it's Torgy. It's a Miller Lite. Oh man. Well, Jay, I'm hoping that it does go viral for you. For you. Oh my goodness, yo! Tonight is the night. Is the night. We got Caden back in the building. Caden has been buying up trailers and skeets. What was it? Sea-Doos. So he must not have a girlfriend anymore. Here come the Ford jokes. Smokehouse Syndicate, what's going on with you? Trying to get all the California tubes together and do a collab real soon. Well, Jay, that's what's up, man. You go ahead and you do that. I definitely support that. Bubba Beans, the best way to barbecue is to use an oven. Pretty much. You don't use the oven for the barbecue aspect of it. You use the oven for the finishing and for you to get some rest. All right. Yep, Mr. Hackett, fridge deals like that are definitely gold. Uh, uh, well, Caden says he doesn't even cook. He just likes to live stream. Oh wait, Caden, you're still too young for that. All right, Eric. Eric says if they cancel, you give a full refund or a percentage back. Fortunately, I have only had two cancellations, and they were both weather related. So the one cancellation I had due to weather, again, when you take folks' money up front, they are real serious, okay? And they don't want to give you, or they don't want their money back. Um, excuse me, two cancellations due to weather. An event at my kids' old school. They were expecting some snow. They called for this snow, and we got no snow. So guess what? They canceled the event. It was like a Mardi Gras type of gala. They canceled the event, and they scheduled the event for the week after. So what I ended up doing was taking the food and divvying it up and selling the hell out of it. So I sold and made more money off of I made twice the money because I sold it twice. Um, Bubba Bean says I never pay for food up front. I pay when it's downstream if it's decent. Well, I understand Bubba Beans, but I'm a small business and I need to look out for myself. Wendell, oh man, how you doing? Smokehouse Syndicate says I just did 3 briskets on Sunday, Monday, sold it all. Got a good meat guy that sold me a case of 5 briskets for $100. Daggone, that's not bad at all. What size was my biggest event? It was that event where I cooked for over 300 people. Because that event I was talking about when I was cooking for the coworkers, that 500 people, all 500 people, one didn't get pulled pork, and that was a rough estimate. They kind of estimated that they would be up to 500 people. There weren't 500 people at that event. How do you think about the boat and the jet skis? Yep, I don't gotta spend it on the girl. I already know, Caden. I've been married for almost 16 years now. I already know. Never heard anyone cancel an event because there was no snow. So the whole, South Texas Rangers. So the whole thing is they were expecting snow, and as opposed to, it's kind of like, see, you guys don't understand. When they cancel school ahead of time, they don't cancel it because they think that it's gonna. Well, they do cancel it because they think it's gonna snow. But the worst thing that can happen is they don't cancel it. The kids get stranded on corners, or there's a bus accident. God forbid, there's a bus accident, and some little child loses their life. So they shut everything down. No kids go anywhere basically. Same thing. This event was a night event. It was either a Friday night or a Saturday night event, and they were like, "Hey, we don't want people risking their lives to come out to this event," so they canceled it like Friday afternoon. And I was like, "Yo, but I've already started cooking. What do I do now?" Bubba Bean says, "I like to make up ingredients with fancy sounding names. Yeah, I invent so people think the food is sophisticated. It works as a placebo effect." I hear you, but guess what? That's gonna get real tired real soon, and one day somebody's gonna come back at you, and you're gonna tell them one thing, that's that thing, and then it's this thing, and then that could also backfire on you because you could tell someone something is one thing, and they might say, "Oh, I have an aversion to that. I'm allergic to that," or it could be one of those type deals. So just be careful with that. Lying to folks, huh? Brittany Johnson says, "Do you still sell your barbecue outside of events?" Not really, Brittany. I've kind of gotten away from that because, and the only time I would sell food outside of events, to be completely honest with you, was when I was asked by like a tuning shop, or there was a dyno day or something like that. For the most part, at a car repair facility. The only other time, or one of the only other times I provided food and sold food, was at a car show. It was like a couple car shows actually I've done, and small car shows. I did a car show at there's a college, UMBC, or actually not UMBC. Was it UMBC or was it? It was CCBC, so the Community College of Baltimore County. Someone in their car club, they have a car club there. Someone in their car club reached out to me and said, "Hey, is there any way you can come out and cook for this event?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And it was funny. When I got there, the person was like, like I'm getting water to set up, and the person's like, "Hey, you know what I just thought about?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What is it?" She's like, "I never even asked you. Do you have all the proper licenses and things like that?" I was like, "Yep, sure do. Yep. Where's the water again?" Let's avoid that question. Yep. Caden says, in Texas, you just got to deal with tornadoes and hurricanes. You're absolutely correct. Grown Folks Network, do you sell sides by the pound? I did, and I do. I still kind of measure those sides, but I tell you, I pick up the sides. There are some things that I do myself. I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. I will pick up things and I will doctor them up. You'd be amazed how you can, if you gotta find the right macaroni salad, you gotta find the right potato salad, you gotta find the right coleslaw. And it took some digging, and it took some high and low. One of the things I want to talk about, and I guess maybe we can talk about it next week, I will put it on my show notes here to talk about the different grades of meat. No. Someone asked me, how do I compare prices? Comparing prices to get the best deal. This one is that topic discussion right there is going to be a banger, because I have some tips and tricks for that one. Do you have different items for big events, or do you offer your entire menu? So, John, one of the things that I've told you guys before, I do not recommend ribs or wings. So, things that you would have by the piece, I don't usually recommend those for bigger events because they're harder to portion. You got somebody who is like a wing fanatic. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get half a dozen wings." Well, guess what? We kind of really only budgeted 1 or 2 wings per person. You taking 6, you just skew the entire count, if you will. One of the other things too, wings are more expensive per piece than bulk pulled or chopped chicken, if you will. Same thing with ribs. Ribs are way more expensive than just doing a simple pulled pork. Dollar cost averaging, ribs are way more expensive per pound. So the one things I don't offer are usually ribs and or wings. I do, like in limited quantities, I'll offer salmon for people who don't do meat, like the pescatarians. I'll do lamb as well sometimes for people who might not want necessarily as much pork or as much beef. Lamb is an alternative. So I do offer the majority of my menu. I kind of curtail it and explain people why. And most people will understand. Kaden says he made his signature bowl of cereal. Hopefully it was good and you didn't have it for dinner. It was for breakfast. No. Oh, Shock Top was the first beer I was drinking. Oh, okay. Now I get it, Caden. Christian, no. No, it says, it's Clint. No, I have not. I have not done a whole anything on that grill. I don't plan to. It's because of the fact that the charcoals, the coals are so close to the whatever it is I'm cooking. Me trying to do a whole hog and the grease and anything else coming off of that thing, it is not going to be conducive to cooking slow. Man, well, cheers. Uh, Forest Book Forest Brook Builders, thank you so very much, man. I appreciate you popping in and saying what's up. Social networking. Oh yeah, Jay, it is definitely tiring. Social media networking yourself is tired. Well, consider you don't even are you even on Instagram, Jay? Yeah, you gotta get on Instagram. You serve your clients or do you just let me go for it? So Eric, it depends on if I am being paid. If you're paying me to stick around and dole out food, then I'll stick around and dole out food. If you're not, then I'm going to set up. I'm going to drop food. I'm going to make sure someone has instructions as to what things are and or where anything extra is, and I'm gone. Yep, Grown Folks Barbecue. You'd be surprised, buddy. I know a girl. She actually lives up here near me. She does not do beef, but she eats lamb. Just one of those weird things. Wendell. So I got the same position in that competition that I did last year. So if you know what position I got last year, or here's another thing, Wendell, if you are following me on Instagram, I told you guys what I did on or how I did on Instagram. I got 17th, though the only thing was there were 34, 35 teams or competitors this year as opposed to 18 teams like last year. But remember last year, team number 18 didn't even show up. And what's even funnier is he commented on one of the videos that I did. Like, hey, we were the 18th team, or I was the 18th team that didn't show up. Anyway, South Texas Rangers is serving depends on what they want for me. It's easier to portion if you serve for them, but you also got to deliver a whole product and let them dish it out, which is true to an extent. If you're telling people or you know that you're going to be catering an event, I slice everything. You guys have seen how I slice stuff up. I slice it and I try to make it to the point where it is easiest to be served so that even if I, like a caveman could do it, all right? One of those type things. All right, well, Forest Brook Builders, really appreciate you popping in and let me know. John says, Mo Butter, baby. You know, that's going to be the inside joke for quite a while. Butterbean, just like loiters are going to Lloyd, okay? I'm so glad that I had these inside jokes with you guys. Those of you who have been around for a while, I really do appreciate it, and I think it's awesome that we do have these inside jokes. All right, so let's see. Sean and Jane. So is it Sean or is it Jane? Who is here this evening? You have answered this already, but where do you source your meat? Local 4-H, local farmers, or down at Costco, etc. Sean, I think I'm going to have to. Can we hold off? Second hour, I will go in great detail about that. But I tell you, for the most part, Sam's and or Restaurant Depot. Tornado Texas barbecue, a tremendous swirl of exotic flavor blended with traditional Southern charm. That's funny. I get it now. Okay. I see how you're naming everything. So you're just kind of telling them what exactly it is. That's what I meant by a whole product. Size portions is let them buffet at their own discretion. I've already been paid, so yep. So I'm out. Yes, Mr. Parker, or is it Miss Parker? Twaski. I am good. Hope everything is all right with you and yours as well. Kevin Allen. Well, thank you, sir. He says, "What's up? Love the videos." Well, I appreciate it. Give me an item to name. Name some beef ribs. Mr. Twaski. All right. Name some beef ribs. Come on, I'll bite. Hold on. Let me sit this. Let me finish this one off. 54 of you guys here this evening. 52 of you guys. Big event covers, serving trays, and certain we can charge extra for that. Nope. Yes and no, John. So I try to, I tell you guys all the time, I try to charge, a third for my food, a third for me, and a third for profit. Now, one of the other things that I do is I do charge a service fee or a delivery fee. Depending on the amount or the event, that service fee is going to be $50 or 10% of the total bill. Okay, and what that basically includes, or what that entails, is it pays me a little bit for doing the actual setup and delivery. Setup and delivery on certain bigger jobs can take 45 minutes to an hour sometimes, depending on how many different things I have to set up, how big the event actually is, and then also that fee, that delivery and setup fee, will also take care of the pans, the warmers, the racks. At least it does for the most part. It helps me recoup some of those costs. But that's a very good question, John. Thank you. Illaway XL, how you doing? I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Rel, what's good with you? You said, what's up? All right, Sean is Sean. It sounds good. Thank you. I can't wait to hear more about where you source it. I'll ask because I got friends here in Dayton, Ohio, raising goats. Oh, what? Sorry to hear that you were in Dayton. Hopefully you or no one you know was affected. Some raise sheep and other raise cows and hogs. I tell you what, to be completely honest with you, though you're probably going to be able to get a better product from a butcher, it's going to dig deep into your profits, not getting something from a big box store. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. If you can afford, and if your business can afford to charge the higher prices that are going to be required for buying higher quality meat, then by all means have at it. But I have a hard enough time getting people to pay for barbecue as is when I'm searching around and finding the best price for things when I go out. I can only imagine how much a butcher, or like a fresh hog, or something along those lines of something that's raised the way you would want it to be, more or less, how much it's going to cost. All right, so Question J put up a friendly reminder. He says, if y'all haven't already, hit that like button. So if you don't know, hitting the thumbs up, it makes me feel better. Not only does it help me and make me feel better about doing these live streams, it really drastically, greatly helps these videos, and it helps my channel. And I am forever grateful that you guys do hit that like button. That thumbs up I'm just going to say thank you in advance. Let's see. Bubba said, grade A hand-selected spectacle of beef elegance infused with a unique blend of Italian herbs and dressed in a handcrafted secret barbecue sauce. I don't use Italian herbs, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. How about some lamb? Make lamb elegant for me, Bubba, please. Please, Bubba. All right. How many Cambros and what size Cambros should I get? So, I again, that first big event that I told you guys about, that I bought that refrigerator, I actually bought 2 Cambros as well. So the big blue Cambros that I have, that you guys have seen in those videos that I use, in the video talking about the Cambros, I bought both of them for that event that was at my job. And I say all of that to say, you're going to want to buy the biggest one that you can afford, okay, to start. Because hopefully, the majority of your events can fit in that one Cambro. But I tell you what, that Cambro is going to be too big, okay? It's going to be too big. You're going to have like a half pan that you need to deliver, or 2 or 3, half pans or full things. And that's when that smaller black Cambro comes in handy. Now, I will tell you, Cambro has, since I bought my Cambros 5 years ago now almost, they have a collapsible styrofoam one that seems to be pretty sturdy, and it seems to hold up as far as, keeping things warm. I've never used one, so I don't know, but maybe that could be an option for you to kind of get started until you get to the point where you need one all the time. Jesse Leonard says, what's up? Smoke Signals Barbecue, or Smoke Signals Up Barbecue. Well, I appreciate you popping in and saying what's up. Rich, oh yeah, buddy, I know it's a good time. Rich then said, hey, Popped in for a couple minutes to say hey, but gotta bounce and edit something in a few. Oh, don't let me come in between you and editing the video, man. Definitely don't let me do that. I appreciate you coming in and saying hi, Rich. Definitely, definitely, definitely do. Um, Flynn says, "I love you, slow. Love your show, especially your daughter. Love your cooking. She is too funny. Yeah, she's a ham. Number 2 and number 3 are both hams. Rich says I still didn't get a chance to check out your competition video. I'm planning on watching it first thing in the morning. Well, Rich, I have news for you. There's going to be part 2 is going to be available tomorrow morning as well. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it might be it could be 3 or maybe even 4 parts of that video. There was a lot of footage I got. Tomorrow's video is on the shorter end of it. And of course, it shows me trimming my steaks. It shows me cooking the steaks. And then it shows the steak that I turned in. And that's where it ends. So I'm going to tell you now, just don't be mad at me. Don't crucify me. A video that is 12 to 15 minutes long does much better than a 45-minute video. And those of you guys who have the attention span to sit for 45 minutes or the ability to sit for 45 minutes, let me just take a moment and thank you guys, but not everybody does. So I have to kind of cater to the majority of the audience, and I need to make sure people watch it. I want to make sure people watch the videos. That's how YouTube makes my channel, my videos get seen. All right, so Memphis barbecue sauce all the way. Made home. All right, well, that's what's up. Our ribs include what? Herbal infusions blended in an elegant demonstration of sophistication, matched only by a creamy taste top rated by local food authorities. Do you sound like a snake oil salesman? That's just dope, though. Not knocking you. That's dope. Has anyone asked you to season the food a certain way for an event? Yes, Grown Folks Barbecue. I was actually contemplating talking about this a little earlier because when someone talked about how you have to go with the even flavor, I had a woman tell me one time, she said, I need you to go light on the salt, or actually don't put any salt on any of the beef ribs that I cook. And I said, well, ma'am, I can't do that. And she said, well, my husband has a high blood pressure and he doesn't need the salt, and he can't, he doesn't have to have the salt, and it'll be okay if you season our ribs without the salt. And I said, ma'am, the way I season the ribs, it's going to have salt on them. I said, I cannot. I said, I will not do that. I said, I can't. I said, this is not a possibility. I said, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to taste the same, and it's definitely not going to be as good. And I mean, she was adamant, but you have to be more adamant, okay? Overcome objection, overcome adversity, overcome whatever it is you need to overcome, because you're going to season your food the way you're going to season your food. That's how it is. Hey, Lou, I already know, don't mean to dip out early. Can't keep your eyes open. Take care, man. Lou, you got to take some naps during the day or something so you can stay up on the Wednesday night. Wednesday is our night to hang out. You're not even here for an hour, man. Like, what's up with that? Nah, it's good, man. I understand. Not everybody burns at both ends like I do. So prep early. In addition to getting the food ready, also have a thorough list of personal use items to bring. Well, gloves, water bottle, throw back to my video, foil, Cambro, thermometers. Oh my gosh, man. Dude, all of those things. Eric's has got to crash up at 4 a.m. for work. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. I only have to get up until 6 o'clock tomorrow. Howdy from deep South Texas. Good night. All right. Corey, thank you very much. Eric, thank you very much for popping in. Question J says good night to everyone that has to leave. Rich, this is all good. That's what we're here for, to follow along as you grow my business and cater. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You should try Walker's Wood original jerk seasoning on the lamb. It's the bomb. Torrance, did I mention today that those chicken legs that I did on Charlotte were jerked? I didn't do so I guess I'm more of a fan of dry rubs than I am of pastes. Okay, I haven't tried necessarily the Walker's Woods. One of the reasons I haven't tried the Walker's Woods is because I cannot find a mild Walker's Woods. I seem to keep finding the hot. And even like the one that's not super hot or supposed to not be super hot, in the other brand that I get, which is like Grace or Gracie, it's still hot. My daughter cannot take it, so that's one of the reasons why. And you are not the first person to recommend that Walker's Woods jerk seasoning or jerk paste. You're not the first one to suggest it. The problem is, I and maybe my sons might be the only people who could eat it because we can stand a little more heat than my wife and or my daughter. Tow Truck W, man, it's been a hot minute. I don't remember seeing you in the chat for a while. I'm just doing Miller Lights tonight. Just an easy night, Miller Lights. Yeah. So here's the number 2. We're an hour in. You can tell I'm pacing myself. I'm taking my time because I only have I think I have 2 more of them in the refrigerator. Sorry, wife talking about something in my ear. Well, question Jay, it's okay. I understand. Jay's nothing wrong with that. Just be careful posting about your channel on other folks' channels or in comments. YouTube does not take kindly to you repeating the same messages over and over and over, and they can and or will go into the spam. All right, Sam Hippie, how you doing? South Texas Rover, man, you can tell he's in the food service. He says seasonings and sauce. He said he makes his own and lists ingredients. I don't use any salt in his rubs or seasoning. You can add it later. Sauces are simple, and the ingredients listed for that too. Allergies can kill. Yes, indeed. Yep. John says that's the whole reason why he named his trailer No. Okay. People want to ask him if they can season this differently. No. People ask him, can he want to do this differently? No. So he's No Bull Barbecue. Rich says he lets the videos play when he's at work. He can watch them while he's doing his job. I mean, I'm completely don't do that at work. Yeah, watch at home. Yup. Just like watching them while you're driving. Oh, I understand. I drive brine with salt, but that has never had an effect on someone with a salt issue. All right, here's taste tester number 1. He was hanging out with some friends. Is he coming in or what? Wednesday hangout for sure. Hello, how you doing? Good. Oh, you know what? You said hello first. I'll give you that. I don't know. Check and see. First thing he wants to know is there something to eat? I've been eating for like 10 hours. Whose fault is that? Wash your hands before you go in my refrigerator. Yes, I'm giving him dirty looks. Pat Conti, how you doing? Jay, ready to get pushing the thing. Yep, it's worth every second. I love these communities, people, and channels. You're fine, and that is exactly it. Don't trust me. Scott is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, brave. Oh shoot, man. Scott is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, clean, brave, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I think that was way too many, and don't dare ask me for the Scout oath. Those days are long gone. All right, so Bubba Beans says lamb. Our top-rated fresh buttered lamb Rex provide an island adventure of taste and luxury, ascending from ancient secret recipes passed down from Greek royalty. A truly palatable dining experience. Yo, I got nothing. Like, usually I have something to say. Oh my gosh, like wow. And thanks for hanging out with me. Yo, man, that was cool, man. No problem. I just so happened to see it. I popped up, so I said, hey. Tom says Walker's Wood mild is still not that mild. I completely agree, Tom. That was one of the things that I've had problems with. Those pastes are potent. Just taking a sleep for 50 of those minutes in my car. I have the ability to fall asleep at the drop of a hat. So, Rich, ask my wife. She agrees. She tells me I do the same thing. 20 full racks of ribs. Well, Sam, good luck. Quester J says, hi, taste tester number one. Yep, Rich, you got to, man. They have to wash your hands. Well, grown folks, everybody. Doug from Oregon, hey, salute. All right, Mark Butler asks, what license is needed to sell from his house? That's something that you're going to have to figure out for your particular state and or county or city. I can't answer that question for you. I can't even tell you what I have for myself because I don't want you to get in trouble. But I'm telling you now that you might find yourself in a little bit of a gray area. If that's the case, then that's the case. You do what you have to do until you can straighten that out. Eric B says, what kind of smoker is Vicky? Vicky is a insulated reverse flow vertical smoker, or vertical reverse flow insulated. Vertical insulated reverse flow smoker. But it's homemade, so you're not going to get anything like it. Yep, Rich. There are certain places where you can cook from home. There are certain places where you cannot cook from home and are required to have commissary kitchens. You're just going to have to figure out what is what in your local area. On the side, we had cucumbers and carrots, baby carrots. So if you want some baby carrots, there is a little bit of ranch in there, or a little Italian dressing, or Olive Garden dressing. I'm saying never gave me anything. All right, so one more push before we get into the second hour and we kind of just go crazy. All right, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. I'd greatly appreciate it. Again, it not only helps me feel better about myself for doing these videos, and I've been doing these videos. Taste tester number one. I've been doing live streams for 2.5 years. Yes. Does it seem like I've been doing these for 2.5 years? March 29th, 2017. Yeah, you're right. And guess how many I've missed? Less than 5. Less than 5. And that was like the few times I've missed live streams was due to like holidays, and when and or if I could, I did the live stream the day before. So, but wow. All right, let's see. Desmond. All right, let's see. Good question mark. Nope. All right, read that one. Hi from Texas. Hope your cook-off went the way, or at least better than last time. It went better than last time, Pat. You missed it. I got 17th out of 34, 35 competitors. Not so long. Started watching the channel, but would love to try smoking meats. It's not big here in the Bahamas, but you have any advice on starting a smoker? Starting a smoker, like physically taking fire to wood and starting a smoker, or just starting to build one? You got to be a little more specific. Desmond, where in the Bahamas are you, man? I want to expand my capacity and get a new smoker. Is the insulated smoker I have an advantage over a regular stick burner? I believe yes, it is. I've been looking at an insulated cabinet smoker from Lone Star Grills. So I've heard good things from Lone Star Grills. Where is Chris when you need him? There's a guy named Chris. He's up in Delaware. I want to say southern, northern. Doesn't matter. He's up in Delaware. He ordered a grill from Lone Star Grills. Liked it so much he ordered a second one like within a week or two. All right. No, I don't think it's overkill. Insulation will help your fuel last longer, and it'll help your smokers recover faster, and it should help things become more even. The only disadvantage of insulation is you're going to have a higher intensity of heat focused in or in your cooking chamber, and that can be a disadvantage. Have you seen Bernadette? Fresh squeeze of organic lemons infused with locally sourced cane sugar, blended and mixed with a Fiji water top with a fresh arugula and mint. Wow. Nothing much, Alton. You know, hopefully you said hey to Joe for me. I know we kind of do a live stream at the same time, but I was here first, and we found out that I've been doing these live streams for 2.5 years on Wednesday nights. So yeah, you know what's even funnier? I've been posting videos or doing live streams on YouTube longer than a lot of you guys have been posting videos on YouTube. I'm just gonna, you know, hold on, time. I'm gonna sip my beer. All right. Well, unfortunately, Desmond, I don't know where New Providence is. Of course, I know where Freeport and Nassau are, as well as whatever the was it Georgina was the island where Princess K is, Princess K Beach. I was just there in December of last year, but I've been to Bahamas a couple times. I'm building a gravity feed smoker right now. Have you ever used one? I have not, Doug. I like the thought of the gravity feed because sleep. As you can tell, I need some. But I don't know. Robert from Spanky's Barbecue said he has a Lone Star Grill. Good smoker to start smoking. So Desmond, one of the limitations you have is you're on an island, and if you can look at the plans or what I've done to make a ugly drum smoker, and maybe you can follow that and make an ugly drum because you probably have access to 55-gallon drums easier and cheaper than you would to have like a Oklahoma Smoky Joe's offset or a Weber Smoky Mountain or even like a charcoal kettle grill will get you started. Like a Weber kettle will get you started with some accessories to kind of make it easier for you, or just some things that make it a little easier. Like you'll have to learn how to arrange your charcoal so that you're not creating fire to just grill. You want to set up what's called the snake method. So these are some things that you can look up on YouTube, and there's plenty of videos out there on how to do it. And once you find that information, like you can set up a Weber kettle on the snake method or with the snake method, and you can do some serious barbecue. Same thing with the Oklahoma Joe offset, firebox type smokers. They're good. They're good entry level smokers. I would not recommend one of those like charbroil or whatever. Those are too thin, and you end up fighting more with it than you do actually cooking on it. Oh man, Alton, that shoot, just rub it in. So what you doing with the old one? You saying I can come pick it up? Cause I'll be on my way, man. Jay says I'll let Jay. Hopefully you read what Jay says. I'm not even gonna read it out. Bubba says Nassau's where it's at. They still have local Italian ice ladies. What you know about Italian ice, man? This is second hour. First band at the game tomorrow. Go Panthers. Alright, Grove's Barbecue. We are in Eagles household here. Um, John Beck. Well, thank you very much. He says he loves the videos. Well, Brock, it's okay. Better late than never. Oh, okay. So, sorry, Desmond. Unfortunately, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I do not know my. There are a lot of. I found out there are a lot more islands in the Bahamas than I realized. There's like 80 some odd islands, something along that line, those lines, and not all of them are inhabited, but there are a lot of islands that make up the Bahamas. Is it 80? Dash throwing a nitro glove down. Yep. So January 2017, still a newer channel. Yeah, compared to everybody. Huh. Bubba says his 32-ounce lemonades will sell for $4.50 per cup. He donates 10% of the profits to local kids' charities in good faith because child labor is still illegal. Yep. So who do you have working with you? Your kids, your nephews, or just like some neighborhood kids? What is it? All right, Rich. Thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely appreciate you doing that. Uh, do you charge per pan when catering, or do you have a group rate? No, I charge per pound. So usually I try to get the food into as many even pans as possible. There are some times when people say, "Oh, I want 20 pounds of food, but can you put 5 pounds in a small pan?" And usually what happens is the person organizing the event is trying to think of people who might come in a little later or be there a little later, if it's an extended shift type thing or like a double shift. I did an event somewhere. Oh, no, not that one. I did an event somewhere where basically people were going to be coming in over like a 4 to 6 hour period and eating. I don't remember if it was at a hospital or if it was at a school, but they weren't eating all immediately. So what the person asked me to do was have some food set up to go right away. Once that food went out, she was able to backfill and put food up for folks who because they couldn't take lunch all at the same time. It was one of those type deals. So it depends. Usually, I try to get all of the food in the least amount of pans as possible, but you'll kind of figure it out. Like in a catering half pan, most food I try to put in one catering half pan is 5 pounds. In a catering full pan, I try to shoot for 15 pounds of food. It doesn't always work out that way, and there are times where I've had to get 20 pounds of food into one catering pan, just because of all of the food that I needed. And actually, shoot, you know what I'm thinking about? When I did that event for my company way back in the day, they wanted 150 pounds of. She wanted 150 pounds of pork, and I ended up doing 100 pounds of pork, and then it was like 80 pounds of chicken, something along those lines. Because like the way it worked out, the 150 um, ended up being about the same price or same dollar value as 80 pounds of chicken. But yeah, she wanted it was 180 pounds of food that she wanted all told. Uh, yeah, Desmond. Yeah. Sorry. Maybe I can come down there. You can give me a tour. You can take me to every single one of those islands. I think they said it was 80 major islands. Maybe that's what it was. Dude, it was. I was amazed, like learning this stuff, and I'm like a big geography nut, like seriously. Um, so yeah, Harry Nutsack says he just made a half rack of ribs on 14-inch Weber Smoky Joe using the snake method and went for 6 hours at 250 ish. He said he was camping and it was the only grill he had came out with. That's what's up. Grown Folks Network. I am not a fan of electric grills, and the reason I'm not a fan of electric grills is because they break, and or they might not last. Now, of course, with the exception of a pellet grill, I love my pellet grill on the side of the house. So if you get a pellet grill slash smoker, pellet cooker, I highly recommend that. But a straight electric and having to put wood chips in a firebox or some sort of box and things like that, I'm not a fan. One of my coworkers has one. Excuse me. One of my coworkers has one, and it didn't last him a year. It stopped working. Again, to me, sometimes the electric or the different components just are points of failure. Uh, Preston, what's going on? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Tell PJ and Dino PJ I said what's up. Hopefully they are enjoying their summer and you guys aren't dealing with any too bad weather down there. Bubba Bean says, did you know that a lot of Bahamians are descendants of black Seminole Indians from Florida? Actually, I think it's the other way around. The black Seminoles are descendants of the Bahamians. Um, I think. Uh, let's see. Yep, that's how I'm going to my nations. Never have a price in my menu. And if cops come, get pulled. No problem, Jay. That's what's up. Did I win? No, I did not win the SCA event. I'll tell you guys who were here on the live stream. I placed 17th out of 34 or 35 teams. I can't remember what the number was. So I did remarkably better, which is hilarious though. I got the same place as I did last year. Though the difference between this year and last year was last year we placed 17th out of 18 teams, and team number 18 didn't even show up. So therefore, we were dead as last. This year, I was 17th out of the 34 or 35 teams. So I did a lot better. There were some things I have to work on. There's some things that I did okay, and other things I did not. Um, I really want to just create an open letter to the SCA and do a video and see if anyone agrees with my, I won't say observation, but I've done 2 SCA events a year apart, and the major gripe I have with the SCA, love the event, love the atmosphere, love the camaraderie, love the help that people are willing to give from the competitors. The SCA, though, in and of itself, I really wish that they would give some feedback. That is the biggest thing, and it's the most discouraging thing, because if you write a document and you get something wrong, someone's going to scratch it out and they'll correct you. Okay, how can I get better if I don't know what I'm doing wrong? That has been the question I've had on my mind lingering now for 2 SCA events, because I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know how to improve. Guessing and checking is all well and good, and having to pay money to go to an additional class, I mean, I get it, but I mean, are you Apple, or are you like a steak cooking competition or a steak cooking association? You shouldn't have to charge everyone for every little thing. Smoking Joe, man, how you doing? Hopefully your live stream went well. I know you and I have a similar time slot for the live stream. Patty from Florida. I see you put out a lot of water in the smokers. You ever seen smokers like yours down here in Florida? It's a original thing. No. So, Patty, I have not. But then again, a lot of times people down there are using more offset type smokers. My whole thing is I don't like that burnt grease. I don't like that burnt grease taste. And one of the things is I feel like I explain this all the time. Water makes or helps to keep your smoker have an even temperature. The water acts as a heat sink. Water boils at 212 degrees. So if you have a fire and you have the smoker is above 212 degrees, you're going to get moisture. That moisture is going to help level the playing field. It's going to add moisture to your food. One of the things you see people doing all the time down there is you open up your smokers and you spray it in your spritz and stuff. You've never seen me spritz anything. I don't have to, because I have water inside of the smokers. The water does it for me while it's cooking. So that's just 1 or 2 less times I have to open up the smoker. Well, Desmond, I appreciate you, man. Yep. Question J says he's out in New meds for nerve pain and not working the bad side effects. Night, everyone. Catch y'all next week. Question J, thank you very much as always for hanging out. Bumpy, I don't put the number of people it serves. I try to put a weight of food that I'm going to put in it. Just because most people, though people understand the serving size or serving amount, people don't understand that serving of 10 to 15 people, that's going to be, 8 to 10 pounds of food. And yeah. Richard 40W, I guess 40 West. Oh, Richard. He says he's in Baltimore. I'm sorry, Alton. It's been a long day for me. Can you tell that's how I'm from North Dakota? He said, hey, yo. Oh, don't you know? I just said she found an electric smoker for free. I told her it should be. Yeah, well, you know what? I tell you what. if you can get one and it'll be free, then fine. But I'm telling you, you're probably there's probably something wrong with it if it's free, especially. Holy cow, Miguel, or excuse me, Manuel says, please have a brew on him, even though the Eagles are inferior. Oh, whatever. You asked for it. My rusty, dusty, dirty Eagles cap shall adorn my head the rest of the stream. Bushibato says he looks forward to the first video on the new LSG. Alton, I want to get an LSG too. Shoot, I want a Lone Star grill. I want a Mossberg smoker. I want a Lang. You name it, I want them. I want a Shirley Fabrication smoker. I want them all. You know, how else can you tell which one is best unless you have them? Why am I doing? I'm not doing any daggone jumping jacks, man. Look, I'm here. I'm tired. I admit it. You know, I mean, Do you get the burnt taste when you use the trigger? Yes and no. I've kind of tasted it or smelled it, but I found that when I added water to that and adding that moisture in there, it really, really makes a difference. But Sean, if you saw the place where of a lot of the grills that I have that I use to kind of cook low and slow, that I had that burnt taste was in the Big Green Egg. If you saw or you've seen as of late, I've been putting water pan in the Big Green Egg, and that has like almost all but gone away. Patricia, what do you mean that's what you want? Sorry. Jeez. Daniel Hamilton, how you doing? Well, I appreciate that. He says he loves my channel. That is awesome. Barbecue Boulevard. That is too cool, man. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, Alton. Well, Daniel, I appreciate that. And he says, I have helped them a lot. Not just you, man. I try to help everyone, with the exception of the Cowboys fans. Screw you guys. Big Drake, what's going on with you? Eagles. I want a Moberg too, man. Yes, the Eagles cap. The infamous Eagles cap. Hold on, let me show you. This is the view. Look, see, you can tell how old this cap is. It's two different colors. From it sitting in the windshield of the car. That's how old this cap is. This look, do I even want to show you guys the how beat up it is on the inside? This cap has probably been washed more times than my kids are old. Ah, yeah. It's got some cat fur on it, you know, from where it fell off his hook, his perch. Yep. So what you cooking? Brown. I'm not cooking anything tonight. Hey, Brock, thank you very much for hanging in there and hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Well, Patricia, that's fine. I appreciate that. What's the hardest thing to cook? Nothing is really hard to cook. You just have to cook things differently, and you have to be more attentive to certain things, and you can be less attentive to other things. But let's say, you know, as far as like cooking hot and fast, steaks are pretty hard to cook. People give steaks, I won't say a bad rap, but steaks get a bad rap because people just don't know how to cook them. If you're cooking very hot and fast, you have to be attentive and you have to know, hey, this steak's going to be overdone. As far as smoked meats goes, it's not hard to cook, but wings, and you guys have maybe heard me say this before, chicken wings are something that I shake my fist at chicken wings because they are labor intensive. You have to clean each wing. You have to season the wings. Once you season the wings, you gotta then put them out on the smoker. And if you put them out on the smoker neatly, then you'll be able to get more on. So you can't just throw them out there. You have to smoke them naked for a certain period of time. Then you're gonna put sauce on them. Okay, then you turn them over, you put sauce on them again, then you let them finish cooking, basically. But they're just labor intensive. Torrance, a bushel and a bushel of crabs. What's up? Whoa, time out. Jay says he just wants 20 chevers. Ha. New Orleans fan for life. He says your wife tells you can keep only one smoker or she's leaving. Which one stays? My money. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not giving up the smokers. Each one of them is just like tools. They are, but they're tools. What an Eagles taste like in barbecue sauce. Asking for a friend. I don't know, but I bet it tastes better than any team you're rooting for. Burnt tasting your trigger. You think that on the shoulder. So just like on the hot plate, if something is dripping too much or too, yeah. I mean, again, the burnt taste. There really wasn't a burnt taste or isn't a burnt taste. I have had that burnt taste on the Big Green Egg. That's the one that I am most familiar with, and I despise. I don't like that taste, that flavor. It is off-putting, definitely off-putting. Oh man, said Illaway XL says he had a Pitmaster vault. It was stolen. I hate these, man. Oh yeah, Patricia. You know what? Having a smoker with a big water pan built in is great. It allows for easy cleanup, and that water, it makes a world of difference. Like definitely a world of difference. Uh, Man, don't worry about getting a sub. I'm telling you, stop focusing on the subs. Focus on putting videos out. One of the other things too, Alton, I wanted to tell you, you might want to put some more space in between your videos, just until you can consistently keep videos popping, like week in and week out, every other day or every 2 days or something like that. You don't want to put up 3 videos and then not put up a video for a week and a half. Just space those videos out. It's better in YouTube's consistency, the algorithm. Yeah. While I'm thinking about it before I forget, because I've been wanting to talk to you about that for a little bit. Bumpy says he likes his acorn. Yeah. I'm good, Simple Man Barbecue. I am good. I'm good. I'm good. It's like Jason Alton, Jason Alton, Jason Alton. Jason's he's fine with a hole in the ground and some charcoal. Man, you know, you live out in California where you got to be careful starting fires. Last thing you need is to be the culprit, the cause of a new California wildfire. I'm not even going to read that one, South Texas Rover. Not even going to read it. So what you cooking? Says, what's the largest number of people you've hosted on my own? Probably about 150, maybe 200 people. Was the largest amount that I've cooked for. Yeah. Oh, and when you're doing 100 wings, they're labor intensive. You gotta flip each one over. You gotta sauce each one. Yes, dude. Yo, my gosh. Just because you don't put sauce on stuff doesn't mean everyone else or lots of other people don't put sauce on stuff. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Stop knocking me because I'm putting sauce on things. There are people in places that like barbecue sauce, dog. That's all. That's all. Yes, I highly recommend the Vortex. Nope, I did not take a welding class aside from watching videos on YouTube and practice. That's funny. Jason Alton, Jason Alton. Uh, uh, mm. I have used that slow and steer exactly one time. You know what? To be completely honest, I have not been. It's been too hot, so I haven't been cooking on the grills. It's just been hot, man. It's been hot. And after working all day, sometimes I don't feel like cooking on the grill. So I've been doing other videos on other things, or when I've been actually forced to use a grill or a smoker, I'll record that. But I have used the grills. I have not used the slowest here. I've used the Vortex probably 4 or 5 times now. I actually used it again tonight, and I did film the first video on the Vortex tonight. Morgan's Affordable Lawn and Maintenance. What's going on, man? Been a while since I've seen you in a live stream. Glad to see you back. Da, 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 da. Let's see. So you said you don't have a spray for your meat down because of the water you have in the smoker, but most people do it to add flavor. Is it wrong? I don't think it's wrong, but you're adding flavor while adding moisture. I don't necessarily have to add moisture, so it's not taken away from anything. If it's not being added, I don't think you're missing it. Let's put it that way. I don't know. I am very, very keep it simple. So yeah. I know Jay doesn't use a Vortex, but you have a Vortex in your chipper, and you're killing it with that thing. Patricia says she's been binge watching my videos for 2 days. She loves them. Being a pellet smoker, I'm learning a lot about the type of smokers she next wants to buy. So Alton, she has a Green Mountain grill, a couple Green Mountain grills actually. Oh, there you go. Patricia says she's also learned that she's undercharging for her butts and baby backs. Yep. Alton, dog. When I get up at 4:30 in the morning and go to work, and then I come home, and if it's 90 plus degrees sitting on the side of my house, guess what? It's too hot for me to be out there. I'd rather get paid to cook in the heat than not get paid to cook in the heat. I mean, yeah. Now, I do cook on the side of the house, but I just don't video it all. Okay? I have cooked plenty of times out there, but I just don't. I like the extra hassle of filming sometimes. I don't. I'll be completely honest with you. Chicken 400, convection and finish on the grill. Not really authentic, but it's easy to do and no worries about undercooking. You're absolutely right, Fred. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Patricia says they have great smokers and the best tech support. She commented on one of my videos that was true as well. Brock, I can't even read what you're saying there. Alton, I mean, to each his own, bro, but there are times when I just physically can't. I really just think it equates to whether I'm being paid for it or not, to be completely honest. I do cook on the grill in the heat. I just usually don't film because I'm miserable cooking in the heat, and I can't even put on a good face, a happy, smiling face for that. Change the barbecue game with all his haters on his back since he made fun of every grill. Jay is crazy. Taste tester number 1 is sneaking back through. Why? Really? He forgot his wave cap. Or do-rag. Which one is it?
Both.
Oh, he has a combination wave cap and do-rag. Anyway. Oh boy. And now we've gotten to that portion of the live stream. Nope. So Alton, I do that because I don't want to burn up my arms. Whenever I'm cooking out on an event, you ever see those folks who work outside all day in the sun? I'm trying to prevent cancer, dog. That's it. And I usually wear pants because if something spills or something breaks or something like that, I want my legs protected. I've had charcoal fall on me. I've had flames, food fall on me. And if I'm in shorts, first and foremost, I don't think that's professional. So I don't go to any events. I don't cook in any events in shorts. I just don't do it. Short sleeve shirt, yes. But as of late, I've gotten to the point where I cook in a UV shirt, and they're thin, and they wick heat away. So hot, possibly, but Dying? Not at all. Um, the pants, though, I do wear pants. I usually wear cargo pants all year round. It's just what I do. I got too much stuff in my pockets. Well, Brock, thank you very much. He says he loves my videos and my enthusiasm. Yeah. The whole country been under a heat spell. My in-laws in APA say it's been the hottest summer they can remember. Oh, I already know. Handyman, do not encourage him. Oh God, yo, is it Jarek? He says you got to keep them waves tight when you still got a good hairline. You know what destroys that hairline? Them daggone wave caps and other stuff like that. Ask me how I know. He said, "Why you still have a good hairline?" How did the pizza turn out on the green egg? I haven't watched that video yet. They turned out okay. The problem with the green egg, or the problem with when I did the pizzas, was I had the green egg. It was cranked way too high, and then once you get that grill running, oh, it is a bear. Slow it down. So I did slow the grill down, and I was able to cook, but it was a good hour or so later, if not longer. But the pizzas came out okay. Towards the end, they turned out all right. It was a learning video. Grown Folks Network, thank you very much for popping in and hanging out. Come on in next week, join the discussion. Definitely ask a couple more questions. I'd appreciate it. Jay says he works all day in the sun in 120-degree weather. Just remember the roof is 10 degrees hotter than the ground. Yup. Let's get to the real talk. Alton, when am I coming to the ATX? Trust me, man. I'm trying to get there. Did I tell you that my wife actually tried to surprise me with a trip to Austin, and I was unable to go because I had that catering event where I used the 5-foot grill for the first time and that rotisserie. I was so bummed. I'm still bummed. I'm still bummed about it. Nick Blevins, how you doing? Handyman says he's a grandpa. It's in his blood. Okay, I'll allow it. Yeah, well, Patricia, I was using a frozen pizza, and you're probably using a fresh dough pizza. Using a fresh dough pizza, you can get away with cooking a little hotter, but the frozen pizza, I burnt the bottom before the top of it actually thawed out and cooked. Justin says, pro tip, water pan with water, apple juice, and apple cider vinegar. I don't like wasting the juices. I just rather use water. Not that, never say never. Andrew says, been a fan and, enjoying my videos. Well, thank you very much. Southern Griddler. That's what's up. How you doing this evening? Oh yeah, I already know that it's gonna be between like barbecue crawls and cooks, it's a wrap. Like, it's a wrap. I already know. Just got back from dinner, 4 Modelo's and 6 shots in. Well, Nick, dag on, you are doing better than most. I'm not coming to Arlington. Arlington is too close to Dallas. All right, I'm not coming to Arlington. Let's just see what I'm wearing here. Huh. Do I keep a frozen just in case supply meat at home? Cuffing stuff, yes and no. So the way that works out is if I have to buy, so let's say I have to buy 4 briskets. If I buy 5, then I can get the volume discount. I'll buy 5 and I'll throw 1 in the freezer. So then the next time I get an order for brisket, then I'll have 1. But for the most part, I try not to do that because what ends up happening is I'll have 1 brisket but need 3. Well, now I'm just going to buy 3 new briskets, 3 fresh briskets. Though cooking stuff from frozen, you would never know. Yeah. Nick says, makes the morals day work much better. Of course, all that drinking you doing. Agent is pizza attachment for his jabber for those tri-tip pizzas. That's what's up, Jay, man. Jay, you're working that thing. San Antonio was good too. I'm a fan of San Antonio. Definitely, there's a spot in San Antonio called the Barbecue Station. Man, I went to Austin. Shoot, it's going on probably 12 years ago now, if not. Actually, was number two born yet? He was not born yet. So, probably 12, 13 years ago, if not longer. I'm trying to think. And I had to go down to San Antonio. We went down to San Antonio, and the guy who was a local, ops specialist, operations specialist, he's like, "Hey man, I want to take you guys to this new barbecue spot, um, down here. Just opened up recently, blah blah blah." And we go in. It's called Barbecue Station. It had been 2 or 3 years since I went to Austin. When I went back to Austin and had to go back down to San Antonio, I drove to the barbecue station for lunch. 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 6 days I was down there, without any directions. Excuse me, without any directions, without knowing what the name was. It was like, okay, we need to go down this street. We need to turn left. Oh yeah, oh crap, it's here. We need to go down this street, and then we need to turn right. Oh crap, it's here. And then it was like down on the right. If I go down there right now today, I probably could get there without using GPS or any map. I just need to be dropped off in the location where I was working, and then I could find out where the barbecue station is. That's best barbecue. It's a Saturday. The problem is sometimes on Saturdays I'm doing other things. Alton, that was one of the things I was telling you guys. Saturday stuff either works for people or it doesn't. So like some people were talking about their views being down on Saturdays. That's why. I know I do a lot more family stuff with my family, but I do more family things on the weekends. So YouTube kind of takes a back burner. But during the week, when I have time, or when I'm driving, or when I'm at work, then I can watch a lot more YouTube and tune in and watch your guys' videos. Um, well, that's what's up. 2M Smokehouse. Never seen or heard of it, but if I get down there, I'll try it out. Team Chevrolet, yes indeed. Yeah, I would love to, man. I can't promise anything as far as being able to do it. CBD sour gummies. Nope, Jarek, I have not. Really, that was a fact finding mission. It's kind of funny to me. I've had I don't know why, but a couple of people comment on that video trying to give me instructions or direction on how. I'm like, you missed the point in the video where I said that I was really just looking at it to look at it because I drove past it and saw it. Like I had no plans on buying that truck, especially once the dude told me what he was asking for it and things like that. I think he sold it. I don't know. I don't see the truck sitting any longer, but the guy had medical issues, so he probably did end up getting rid of it. Nice, that's what's up, Alton. Shoot. What was your question? I did answer a couple questions. Let me try to find what your specific question was, and I can try and answer it. Going back in the comments here. I'm sorry. It was a while back. Please ask your question again. Alton, I really like it. Alton, I told you this. I really like when you do the interview videos. Talking to the guys who own the barbecue spots in their respective places of business. I think that's pretty dope. Jay, sure, go ahead and post the video tonight. You post it tonight, I'm not gonna be able to watch it until the morning, but post it, man. Post it, post it, post it. Nick, I'm just drinking some Miller Lights tonight. I've only accomplished 2 Miller Lights tonight. It was a slow night for me. But before I go to bed, I'm probably gonna get a third. Well, Jay, the good thing is, about that sneak peek for that video on Saturday. Uh, my man Alton, he hit me up and he's like, "Hey, sneak peek of the video for it's coming up this weekend," and I did get to see the sneak peek, but yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't able to make the live stream last night. Um, family stuff, man. Family. Wednesdays are the only night where everybody knows Daddy has something else to do, so they don't schedule things for Daddy to do. Yeah, I did. So it was cooking. I did answer your question. The largest group I've hosted on my own was about 150 to 200 people. And I won't say I hosted it, but I mean I cooked and then gave food out. Uh, yeah, Nick, I understand. It is almost 11 o'clock, and I am like counting down the minutes because today has been a long day. Easy Bake Barbecue says, check out his replay of his live from earlier, and you may win. What we gonna win? What we gonna win? Also in the morning, those degrees better in the morning. Absolutely right. I enjoyed it, Alton. I told you, man. That has me wanting more because of the fact that I thoroughly enjoy when you do interviews. I like that aspect of what you do. I think you have the wherewithal and the personality to hold a good conversation. I mean, that doesn't. Not everybody can do that. Just putting it out there. Not everybody can do that, and I can appreciate that you can. And I like the energy. Of course, some people can read people and other people can't. You can read people, and you get that vibe off of people, and you play to someone's strengths or their weaknesses. And I mean, you just do good interviews, dog. Uncle Steve's Shake Original. All right. Sweet finally caught a line. Well, Clifton MacArthur, thank you very much. Although I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I will be done right after 11 unless you guys keep me engaged and awake. Can you see the long Sorry, Alton. Not sorry. But yeah, it's been a long day. Today started at 4:30 for me, and it is now 11:30. Or excuse me, 10:30, 10:45. Jeez. Uh, barbecue 951, like 951 the area code or 951 the Honda motorcycle. What was that? That was RC51. Never mind. So it's probably area code. I sell ribs by the rack. And I only do baby backs, so I sell whole baby back ribs by the rack. Look at the Facebook. Clifton. Every time I say Clifton, I yawn. I don't know, man. I guess I'm allergic to your BS. Yep. Just like Alton tells me the same thing, Jay. He's like, oh man, he's like, your daughter, she steals the show every time she comes on the channel. Every time she's in a video, she steals the show. That's not what we want to hear, man. I am the star. I am the show. It's my show. My channel. Don't tell me they stealing my channel. Jimbo. So Jimbo Kirk, I have not heard from Kirk. I've reached out to Kirk a time or two, and I have not heard from him. Unfortunately, Kirk is an artist, and he is eclectic, and Kirk does his own thing. He could be busy, he could be tied up with work, but I have reached out to him to check in. Kirk is a friend of mine. We have definitely developed a friendship over barbecue, and obviously over the fact that he's been very helpful. Every week we pull out a problematic gray hair This week, here we go. This was the lucky winner. Saturday, I want to see the video premiere we're speaking of. Here's the link. Set a reminder and check it out. Alton says you'll like it. If Alton says you'll like it, then you'll like it. I value and I how do I want to say this? This words fleeting. I value Alton's opinion. Listen, says preach. What was your hardest recovery after fire went out? I've had a couple like cover stuff in the beginning. My fires used to go out more regularly while I was drinking while cooking, but the good thing was that I usually never had a I never had a like a set delivery time, and as of late, as when I'm catering, I don't drink at all. Or if it is me drinking, it's something really really light like a beer or two, but I don't want that. Uh, okay. Yeah, Alton says his wife hijacked his channel and did her brittle video. He here now. She's better at it than he is. Nah, Team Alton. Aaron King says smoking on site seems to get people in the right mood for barbecue. How do you manage the long process versus cooking the day of the event, especially when everyone loves the smell of wood in the air? Aaron, I don't. I do not cook on site. I do not smoke meat on site. When or if I'm doing an event where I'm out and about and I have food that I've smoked, I smoke it at home. I do not have the capability. My smokers are mobile, but they're not easily moved. Like I would end up having to rent a trailer from U-Haul or something like that because my trailer isn't big enough nor like sturdy enough to tow anyone but the one smoker that I have, and I really don't even use that one. It's a mess. So I don't actually take my smokers outside of the garage and cook on them. I don't have a travel smoker as of right now. Never used lump before, but I saw them bags of Western at Walmart and had to grab them. Well, Sean, I'm going to give you a warning. Lump burns much hotter and it burns faster. So once you get it going, it's going to get going. Okay? Well, Jay, unfortunately, that's what you call a gimmick. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Easy Bake Barbecue. My wife and kids, who are the ones who eat the pork around this house, are not fans of pork loin. I have done pork loin a time or two. Never stuffed one, but they are not fans of pork loin. Pork loin is white meat, and they don't like white meat. Just learn they burn compared to briquettes. Yep. See. Yep. Bushy Bato is right now right on the head. All right, Alton. I was trying to hijack my live stream here. Aaron, what happened? What did you say? I guess. So one thing, Aaron, I will tell you is when I have cooked on site and use the grill, same preface. You really want to get people smelling it. Once people smell it, that they're hooked and they're coming in. Yeah. Any recommendations for transporting meat? Do you prefer one thing method over another? Cambros. Okay. Cambro is the brand of a food transportation device. It will keep your food hot if it's hot. It will keep your food cold if it's cold. But the whole thing is, and then also it'll help you transport your food because it stacks everything up. and you don't have to spread everything out. So hopefully there is another brand of food transportation type device. I don't remember what the name of it is, but they're out there. The other device is like, I won't say the knockoff, but just less expensive. Um, no problem, Alton. I mean, I'm good at, I won't say checking, but I'm good at letting you know. But you're right. We were talking about it. Yesterday's live. All the support you guys gave me in May made me feel welcome to the barbecue community. Well, Jay, you've always been welcome to the barbecue community. Always, always. Got it, Cambro. Do you find it stay warm in one method device? Open another. So, the Cambros, if you put food in there warm or hot, it'll stay warm or hot. That's it. I've had food in Cambros for hours on end, like 4 to 6 hours, and the food has still been warm enough for me to serve it without any problem. Carlisle, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. There are Carlisle food transportation carriers. That's the other one that is a big one. I've never heard of Cater Gator, but that's funny. Oh, so Aaron says he uses Cambros and insulated delivery bags. You sound like you're on the right path. Alton says, "Man, it's all our barbecue community." Absolutely correct. Not just one person or anything like that. We all help each other, right? Most people in barbecue want to see each other succeed. That's why we are a barbecue family. You're absolutely correct. The Cater Gators or the Carlisle ones. I've seen people talk about the Carlisle ones, saying that they were a lot cheaper. Preston says he runs in huffing and puffing. Man, I already know you probably shouldn't be doing a whole bunch of running. Okay, like I said, I've never heard of Cater Gator before. They could be the next biggest thing. You never know. Preston said, dude, I'm still laughing at that. Huffing and puffing. I'm glad you get my humor. Uh, Alton, dude, I'm telling you, I have three of them, and I can't go a week or two without using the Cambro. The smallest one that I have is the one that I use most frequently, obviously. But when I have to do bigger jobs and I have to pull all three of them out, I'm like, man, where am I gonna fit them? If I'm using the backseat of if I'm using my car to transport food, I'll have two Cambros on the back seat, and I'll have one on the front seat. So I know. But now that Vanna is working a lot better, I will be using or trying to use Vanna for deliveries. Preston, don't we all? Excuse me, Preston, don't we all need to do more running? Shoot, I used to run when I graduated high school. That was almost 100 pounds ago. Did I miss Raul Flores? All right, so John says he gets the big styrofoam insulated boxes that his sausage gets shipped in. He'll use those when his Cambros aren't enough. Good, good, good. Uh, any participation in the SCA this year? Aaron, you missed it. I just posted a video literally yesterday of the first part of the SCA event that I entered in this past weekend. Tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern will be the second portion of that event. Raul, maybe I missed your saying hi. How you doing this evening? Yeah, see, I don't have a warming oven, so but then again, I'm also delivering more food than you might be. Um, So that's why I think I use my Cambro more often, because I'm on the road. I'm taking food out. Chuck, how you doing this evening? He says he's late, but he's here. I appreciate that. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button for me. It not only makes me feel much better about myself, it helps these videos and my channel. So Aaron, I have a few videos on the Cambros. I have a few videos on what else did there was something else I was talking about, talking to you. But if you do a search on the topics I was talking about, I have videos on them. Everyone was really nice and inviting at the SCA event. They were, to an extent. When people start actually trimming their steaks and they get their seasonings out, that's when it's all bets are off. Like if you look at the video from last year, I'm trying to think, was it the guy who won last year? Somebody asked me what I was putting on the grill grates when I was putting the beef fat on the grill grates. They asked me what I was doing. I'm like, why are you worried about what I'm doing? Stay over there. And everybody got a chuckle. But I mean, other than that, you got to keep some stuff to yourself. Baked spaghetti. Huh, that's interesting. Preston, what comment was it? I missed it. I like to cook I like to use Cambros when I cook chicken. Yeah, I like to use Cambros when I forget I put chicken in them. See, yeah, you a real one. You've been here a while. Mm. Oh yeah. Alton has him here in iced tea. Lemonade. It's like it's lemonade. Why they keep coming over here asking about iced tea? It's lemonade. You talk about I'm your pusher, man. That's freaking I'm your pusher, man. Isaac Hayes. There we go. Wash your hair so hot and fast brisket. How did it turn out? Yo, let's not talk about the chicken incident. So I guess someone asked about the greatest recovery I had. That was a good one as of late. I completely forgot about that. And then one of the other good ones was when I cooked only half of the food that I needed. Yeah. I'm that Q slinger in the alley. Definitely. But that's Isaac Hayes, man. You gotta go to the original. I'm your mother. I'm your father. I'm your sister. I'm your brother. I'm your pusher, man. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Curtis Mayfield, or was it Isaac Hayes? Yeah, worked LSU games, my dishwasher. Left the Cambro full of prepared food. It was in there for 3 weeks. What? Preston, what? Hey, Easy Bake Barbecue, thank you very much for hanging out. Definitely. Appreciate you. Good luck when you give away. Yeah, it was Curtis Mayfield. Was it Curtis Mayfield? No, was it Curtis Mayfield or was it Isaac Hayes? Oh boy. Now I gotta look it up. If only there were a device where you could look up things like this. Let's see. Push up, man. Push up, man. Bing, 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 bing. Curtis Mayfield, not Isaac Hayes. And it was off of the Superfly soundtrack. Hey, sorry. Gosh, I'm getting beat up here. Some of you guys are a little older than I am. I apologize. I thought it was Isaac Hayes. It wasn't Isaac Hayes. But 8 pounds of raw pork. I'm in a jetty one time and didn't find it for 3 weeks. He said he's scared for his life. Move on up. Yeah. One order ribs. No. Chris Rock said, no. Let me get one rib. That'd be $250. You got change for $100. Oh boy. He overgolded. I'm gonna get you, sucker. It's such a classic. Such a classic. Yeah, buddy. Bean pies are delicious too, by the way. Luther Vandross, Barry White. Yes. Teddy Pendergrass. Yes. What do I think of the Blackstone? I think they're awesome if you have a place to store them that will not allow for a lot of dust and dirt and grime. My situation on the side of my house where I cook, and even on the back of the house where I cook, like, there's no way to keep it clean. So I'm not worried, or I won't say interested. I probably wouldn't buy one. If anything, I might put a griddle on top of one of my existing grills because I can close it. But other than that, like, ooh, I just don't have the room for a Blackstone. Part 2 is tomorrow. Tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Eastern, it will be live. William Harris, thank you for asking. Of course, Preston, you love your Blackstone. People who have them love them. You know, not to bash them. Yep. I don't have anywhere to keep it covered, and then you put a cover on it. The problem is you forget to put the cover on because it's hot, and then you don't want to burn the cover down, and then it goes uncovered, and then you gotta like squeegee the whole thing clean before you can use it. Nope. I ain't about that life. Jay says he's still in the debate for that same reason. Alright, well, Alton, that's what's up. I use a stainless steel cover. Stainless steel cover on what? The griddle or the Blackstone? Cool smoked burgers and fish on the Blackstone. That's the best of both worlds. Alright, okay, Alton. Preston, that sounds like a dope idea. Cold smoke them so you get the flavor, and then you cook them on a griddle. Yep, Alton says he has a 36-inch Camp Chef. Alright, guys. It is well past my bedtime. I just want to say thank you guys again. If you have not already, please, I implore you, hit that thumbs up button for me on the way out. I greatly appreciate it. Not only does it make me feel better, it actually helps these videos a lot. Alton, you, sir, be easy. Thank you very much, as always, for popping in and hanging out. As everyone who is here. Remember, kids, Dan on your haters. I guess maybe dab on your haters, because loiters are going to Lloyd. South Texas Rover, be easy. Tom, hopefully you saw the part 2. Hopefully you got a chance to see it. Let's see. I don't see a comment or anything, but the second part is out there on Patreon. If you don't know, or if you haven't already done so, I put out the videos early for you guys to watch on Patreon. They're not always the earliest, but I do try to put them out early. Jay, you be easy, sir. Thank you very much. Handyman, thank you very much. You have a good one too. Preston, it's alright. I figured out that you were talking about dabbing on your haters. Only you can prevent forest fires. You're absolutely right, Alton. Tell that to Jay, though. Tom says, yes, he did. Alright, perfect. Clifton, thank you very much for hanging out, and you be easy. Respect cows' lives. Don't cook. Well done. Preston, you had me going most of the time. Be kind to each other. All right, I like that one. Cuffing stuff. Cliffhangers. Yes, it's a cliffhanger. But it's a banger of a cliffhanger. Big Nods. What's going on? I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I am just about done. Jay says, Chepper for life. Definitely take care, sir. Deuces. Raul. Peace. Be easy. Thank you very much for hanging out. Good night, Chuck. Preston made Jay's night. Alright, guys. I think that is it. I am gone. Goodness gracious, I am struggling to keep my eyes awake. Alright, thank you guys again as always. I know I say thank you so very much, but I really do mean it. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know you could have been anywhere else in the world. There are a couple more SCA events in this area, but some of them are like 3.5, 4 hours away. Other ones are as far or further. Yes, I did see the one in Edgewater. I cannot guarantee that I'll be able to do it. I need to check the dates specifically to see when it is. November usually is my busy season, obviously Thanksgiving and things like that. So I cannot always guarantee that I can. Plus, I don't know what I'm doing next week. I can't plan for 8 months in advance. Tom says always fun. 11/3. All right, that's the beginning of the month. Maybe we'll see. All right, guys, I wanted to say thank you again, and I am gone for real this time before I can see another comment.